I don't talk about private life except I think the character matters. Obasanjo speaks on Tinubu's character. Former President of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, sits with founder of Joy Incorporation and the host of the viral TV show with Chude Jidenowo on a Democracy Day special. In this episode, he speaks about Tinubu's character third term and why he insisted on Peter Obi's candidacy for Nigeria. On the allegations leveled against him by President Bola Tinubu that he frustrated his attempt at revenue and wanted to cripple Lagos State's economy while he, Tinubu, was governor, he responded, "No, that is absolute nonsense. I go by the Constitution of Nigeria, which also recognizes local governments. For me to release funds, it has to be on the basis of 20 local governments. When you then add 27 or 37 local governments to that, for me to act constitutionally, the Constitution of Nigeria must change. Acting along 57 local governments is not constitutional, and if he doesn't know that, he doesn't know anything." So, is that the reason why he had Alpha Beta? On why he mentioned Alpha Beta Consulting in his letter, he said, "I don't talk about private life except I think the character matters," reacting to if he thinks Tinubu's character is questionable after being sworn in as president and what he thinks will happen to Nigeria under Tinubu's administration when he refused to make a comment. He also addressed vying for third term in office, allegations of being corrupt, and why he stood firm behind the candidacy of Peter Obi and many letters he has written. Very interesting. You see, regardless of what is ever promoted to us, I just say your safest bet is just not to believe. Be aware and be informed, but to take words of ex-presidents, current presidents as the truth, as the gospel truth. A lot of narratives in the media, anywhere in the world, run crazy every single day with thousands of stories, hundreds of thousands of stories released every day. And especially in the day and age of information and, content creation and content consumption, I think we have to be very careful as to what we believe. I mean, regardless of what the time is now, it wouldn't have changed 20, 30, 40 years ago with information and the Nigerian press and also obviously journalism. So I think we've been led to understand this is what Obasanjo said, but Obasanjo said nothing, right? And so it's very interesting because there is actually nothing for me to say because I don't know. Because if Obasanjo was truly on the side of the people and he truly did not care about the spaces in his position in the Nigerian political scene, then, talking about Tinubu's character, especially for somebody who you do not endorse, shouldn't be a problem. And I'm not saying that Obasanjo should come out and speak rudely and speak aggressively, make comments, make allegations. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is Obasanjo has chosen not to speak, right? So Obasanjo now has given an example of, what Tinubu did in office and how Obasanjo chose to act constitutionally, which was against Tinubu's request for some funds. But we haven't heard Tinubu's side, right? So my stance is, I don't believe either party if both parties would come and say, I did this, I did that, because we don't know. And I think within that space, within the political space, with, theories and, issues of godfatherism, of cliques, of sycophants, I believe it's an industry and a structure of how their powers that be and those that are in the space know who, to associate with. So regardless, why I'm choosing to, what's Ambassador saying? Do I believe him? I don't believe anybody because these individuals, APC, PDP as an organization, as a political party, would feed Nigerians the idea and narrative that there's beef and there's a competition, yet these people jump from party to party, first of all, and individuals that claim and have some fight, especially in the public eye, and it looks big, it looks dramatic. Trust in 6 months' time, they will be best friends, working and collaborating on whatever it is they want to. So then, whoever you defended or did not defend, you will be left feeling like the fool. And that's why I'm like, you know what? Don't personally associate yourself with these politicians, because what are they? Politicians. Let's look at the comment section. Obasanjo is not known to respect our constitution anyway. Why did he withhold allocations to the 20 recognized local governments in Lagos, even if he did not recognize the 37 newly created ones? And I'm like, he has always been a disappointment to Yoruba region. Obasanjo is a respectable general. His opinion should be respected. But now that's the thing. And I think for those that will be able to study history and those that would understand, okay, or you were aware of what Obasanjo was like during his time, what would you say about his presidency? Because he probably faced even more criticism. But because we are used to bare minimum, because we're used to just no standards of democracy, the bare minimum that a president should do or someone should do looks like heaven and earth, when it shouldn't be. So we truly have no standards, and because you have no standards, and the people that have been aren't also reliable forms of importance to look up to and say, oh wow, I'm respecting this person's opinion, because when they were there, what did they do? Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.